So hello everyone, welcome here to round number 8 of the 2017 NASA RallyCross Challenge season here in Lakewood, Colorado at the NASA Proving Grounds North Course. This is a huge event for NASA RallyCross, not by car count, but because we are on round number 100 of the NASA RallyCross Challenge. It took us 5 years, but finally in the triple digits, and you'll see a couple throwback cars as we race through the event today. For today's race is as it has always been: 8 cars, 2 quarters, 2 semis, LCQ, and a final. 6 laps, 4 laps, 3 laps, 8 laps. Joker once, except for the final, which is twice. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Getting ready for the first quarterfinal. Getting ready for the first quarterfinal. Green flag. Off the line, it's going to be Wets and Mertz. We haven't seen these paint schemes in quite a long time. Heading to turn 1. Then it's Johnson and Carmichael. Switch that order, 3rd and 4th. Mertz will lead us. And this paint scheme has not been seen since 2012 A Croft. It was a Citroen back then. And now on his Subaru. Carmichael gets close to Wets. Past the back straightaway grandstand. And what a better venue. No better venue than NASA's home track here at the Proving Grounds. Johnson off the track in the 77. Through the final corner and out onto the front straightaway. Mertz will lead us. Following him is Wets.
End of 181.
Carmichael in 3rd. Mertz jokers. Will he be battling Carmichael?
Turn my shit up. You're fine.
Carmichael hits the wall, gets passed by Mertz. So Wets holds the lead. Johnson loops it in the 77. And Wets out front, 41.526. Mertz ran a 40.496. Carmichael a 42.349. And 2 of the longtime veterans of the NASA RallyCross Challenge up front, battling for this heat win.
End of 223.
A little bit of a satellite issue there. Mertz still holds 2nd, gaining on Wets. I do believe Wets has not jokered yet in the 23. Mertz ran a 43.995. Wets ran a 40.393, so he has not jokered in the 23. And it's going to be down to his joker lap to see if he'll hold the delta over Mertz. End of 3.
Oh, sorry, end of 381.
I don't know who's counting laps.
23. End of 381, so my bad.
Wets holds the lead. It looks like he might joker on this lap. He does not. Interesting call for Wets on cross flags. Mertz pushing hard, 39.959, but Wets pipped him in a 39.817. So Wets is quicker than the 81. This is very interesting. Back of the field, Carmichael, Johnson. Order with them has not changed. Mertz pushing hard, trying to hold the gap.
End of 4. End of 423. I got it, Josh. 23.
Wets holds the lead still. Cross flags.
I got it, Josh.
40.109 for Mertz. 39.940. Wets is toying with the 81 to hold this delta. Doing fascinatingly well is the Texan over the German. Through the right left chicane. It's right on board, car number 81. Maximum commitment to try and take this lead.
White flag 23.
Are you fucking kidding me? And the engine's gone!
Watch out, anyone has a blown motor. Blew it up.
And a Subaru engine failure. Something we never see. This gives Wets the heat win. And Mertz is sitting inside this car. He has not gotten out yet. As marshals have tended to the car, and Wets is in cruise mode. And throwback weekend, Wets wins.
Yeah, checkered flag, 23.
Checkered flag since he doesn't pay attention. 23 wins the quarterfinal.
You know what?
76 will come home second.
Bill Phipps.
And Mertz blows up in the quarterfinal. Joker once, guys. Getting ready for the second quarterfinal here in Lakewood. Philip Kraus, Casey Lester, Livingood, and Denice. Green flag off the line. The non-throwback car will lead us past the start-finish line into turn one. And once again, we haven't seen that paint scheme that Livingood's driving in quite some time. That was the paint scheme that he ran for the first race in Croft. Lester loops it, so does Denice nearly. As Lester, that paint scheme has not been seen. That was his 2014 A car, I do believe, for the Pepsi
Warning
scheme.
to the 51. Track limits.
And the 19, obviously no throwback scheme. And Doug Denice, I do believe that's one of his older Royal Purple schemes. End of one. 19 leads. Joker's allowed. Livingood looks to the outside of Kraus. I don't think anything's going to happen. But they both take to the regular course. Kraus looks like he had a little bit of an issue in turn one. Livingood goes to the inside on the Canadian. Canadian V. Canadian runs in wide, and the hometown favorite on the road on merit to the lead. And Dylan Livingood has been struggling the last couple of seasons. And to the lead he goes. That was an impressive pass over car number 19. Kraus has been on fire this season. And Livingood trying to take the fight. End of two, 51 leads. Kraus, a decent gap back from Livingood. 40.956 to a 42.4. Livingood Jokers in the 51. Let's see where this puts Kraus back to the lead. And Denice nearly contact with Livingood exiting the Joker. And it's going to be interesting. Kraus has clear track now, but I don't know if he's going to have the delta over Livingood. And it's fascinating to continue to talk about Dylan Livingood after struggling the last couple of seasons. Nearly contact with him and Denice. Lester in the 22 for Revolution Racing. Kraus will lead us. End of three, 19 leads, cross flags. As we take cross flags here in Lakewood, 39.785. I had to double check that lap. That was super quick. He takes it. He does not Joker, sorry. Does not Joker, does Kraus. And this battle is getting good. 44.298 for Livingood. We'll have to watch Kraus's Joker lap to see what his lap time was. Obviously, we'll see real time the delta, but I'm curious to see the differences in lap time. And Kraus pushing hard to hold the delta. We're coming to 2 laps to go. He has not Jokered. I believe he's going to Joker on the last lap of the race. Denice runs it wide. 2 to go for Kraus, 39.626. He's cranking out fastest lap after fastest lap, and he does not Joker. He's going to wait till that last lap to surprise Livingood. 40.493. Livingood was 0.8 of a second slower, and I think he might have given it up. But it's going to be interesting to see that merge. As Livingood was quicker than Kraus, but Kraus, when he's got a clear track, becomes a monster in the 19, super fast. And it'll just be up to Livingood to see if he can hold this delta. Around the final corner. White flag for Kraus. Holding the red plate after his second victory last week in Negus. Actually, third victory, sorry, this season. He does Joker. Where is Livingood? Livingood holds the delta nearly, but he runs it wide. Side by side with the Canadians, but he couldn't get it done, and I believe that's going to seal it for Livingood. We've got half a lap to go. It's 2.5, maybe 3 car lengths. Livingood cuts the corner a little bit. It might have to give up time. He's going to try and push really hard, runs it wide. That's it. That's it.
That was a good try.
That was fun.
Oh, that was a good try.
Check on his 10.
I'll let him
You're good.
Check Kraus. 19 wins quarterfinal 2, followed by the 51. Hell of a drive, Dylan. Battling for third.
Had him there for a second.
Lester runs it wide.
But I tripped on my
22 and 10 rounds out our order.
No, that was good.
And it left Doug Denice. Cut that, redo that. So the semifinals were very straightforward here in Lakewood. Dylan Livingood had an issue on the left-hand curb there on the asphalt, sent him into the wall, and he battled Noah Carmichael for the rest of the race, allowing his teammate to cruise away and take the win. And Casey Lester battled Doug Denice as only a two-car semifinal. Strangely enough, NASA officials allowed that to happen as Zach Johnson could not make it on track to participate in that race. So we'll jump right into the LCQ with the remaining 4 cars. Gentlemen, top 2 advance. Carmichael, Johnson, Denice, and Livingood for 3 laps in this LCQ in Lakewood. Green flag. The constructor car will get a good jump over the privateers. Johnson will lead Carmichael and Denice into turn number 1. Denice to the inside, takes the spot from Carmichael. The privateers battling. Remember, Denice holds the privateer points lead here in NASA RallyCross. Johnson trying to take that from him, but the newcomer Carmichael wants to take some spots for himself, and Johnson loses 2 spots in 1 corner. And just like last week, the winner is a constructor car, more than likely. We hate to say that to the privateers, but the big story here is these guys are battling for the transfer and the privateer victory. As you've got Lester, Kraus, Wetz, and Mertz, the 4 cars, constructor cars in the race. 51 leads, Joker is allowed. We'll focus on this. Who will joker on the first lap of the race? Livingood does not. We'll probably see him jokering. Denice does, so set the strategy up, and we'll have to pay attention to car number 10. So this puts him back to 4th. Carmichael holds the transfer spot tentatively, and Livingood in the Subaru trying to push hard to hold the LCQ victory. Like I said, 51 track limits. Constructor car faster than the privateers. 77 off the road, and around goes Johnson. Nearly. End of 2, 51 leads, white flag. So these guys will have to joker now. Livingood's got such a big gap that Denice will not catch him, but we'll have to pay attention to car number 76, Noah Carmichael. Let's see where he is. He's jokering now. Where is Denice? Denice enters turn 1. Where is Carmichael? They're going to be side by side. Denice takes the lead. Runs it wide in the corner. He's going to nearly loop it and put Noah Carmichael through the lead. And the Indiana native, who has not made a final in NASA RallyCross competition in our 100th event, will potentially make it through. There's going to be a couple of corners left. Denice pushing hard. Will he be able to take the fight? Livingood wins the LCQ, but Carmichael. 51 wins the LCQ. Carmichael's going to hold the lead, or second, sorry. He wins privateers and transfers through to the final. Through to the final.
Good job.
Denice 7th.
We'll finish 7th.
Johnson 8th.
Good luck,
Good luck.
Getting ready for race number 100 in NASA RallyCross here in Lakewood. Green flag off the line. Lester gets a great jump. No, sorry, it's Wetz battling with Kraus and Mertz. And the 2 protagonists that have been up front all season will lead us into turn 1. The Revolution Racing cars. No, sorry, these throwback cars throwing me off. Contact, it was Wetz with Livingood. Lester in 6th, Carmichael 5th.
You serious?
Lester slideways in the 22, looped it, put him to 6th. Mertz trying to take the fight to Kraus, the red plate holder, who has been untouchable all season, except for when he didn't show up at the first race. But it's interesting to note, Mertz slides it into the final corner. Won't make anything happen. He's going to take the fight to his teammate, Livingood will on Mertz. Who's going to joker on the second lap of the race? Kraus does not. Mertz will to alternate the strategy. Where is this going to put him? Livingood 2nd, Wetz following him, Carmichael 3rd. So that's the delta. Mertz and Wetz are behind Carmichael. Lester for Revolution Racing in 6th. Kraus, big gap over Livingood in the 51. Then it's Carmichael in the 76. And like I said in the pre-show a couple moments ago, but pre-race, Carmichael is a constructor car, so I do stand corrected from the last couple of weeks, thinking that he was a privateer. Kraus holds the lead still. Carmichael 3rd, Livingood 2nd. Mertz trying to push hard. Carmichael got loose out of the final corner, put Mertz to 3rd. Who's going to joker? They do not. Will Mertz complete his strategy? He will. Carmichael follows him. Wetz does not joker. So the strategy really unraveling here. Where is Lester in this situation? Lester looks like he looped it again. So it's going to be up to Livingood and Kraus to hold this lead. Mertz's strategy's played. Wetz has a joker left. We have to expect Wetz to joker on the last lap of the race. But it's Canadian, American, German, top four.
And the 319.
Wetz has not jokered. Livingood got it a little bit squirrely out of the final corner, so I think we can take him out of it. It's really going to be Wetz, Mertz, and Kraus for this race victory, but Kraus is on fire on the clear track. Remember last week in Negus? He exits the joker. No contest with him and Livingood.
Warning, order 51.
This is going to be interesting, as Livingood lost the delta when he got loose out of the final corner, and now the former teammates are going to be battling for second.
23, check limits.
Battling for second. Livingood view Wetz. Wetz looks to the inside, tries to make something happen. I don't think he will. Nearly contact with Livingood.
Sorry, ended before 19.
Cross flanks for Kraus. Wetz gets by his former teammate and current team owner. He ran a 40.2. Livingood's going to joker. Now we have to see what will happen with the 81 because his strategy's played. Livingood's cards are played as well. So Mertz is back to third. Kraus jokered as well. So I think this is the race for the victory. Wetz through the lead. Kraus jokered. Mertz jokered. 43.455. 40.2 and a 40.0. 40 point dead for Mertz. I believe Wetz still has to joker. We'll have to see. 3 laps to go for Chris Wetz in the 23. A frantic race here in Lakewood. What a race we've had in Lakewood. What'll happen to Wetz? Wetz does not joker. Track limits for the 19. Mertz is going to try and take the fight to him. He goes to the inside. Will he try to take the position away? He tries it, but Philip Kraus got a better run than Mertz did. This is the battle for the podium, the battle for the victory. Livingood 4th, 5th Carmichael, 6th Lester. Nothing has changed in the back of the field. This is a frantic battle for this victory. Coming to 2 to go this time in Lakewood. Mertz gets really close. 2 to go for Wetz. 39 dead for Mertz. He was fastest man on the circuit. Last lap. Where is Wetz? Wetz does not joker. 40.2 for Kraus, 40.1 for Wetz. Interestingly, I think Wetz might be holding up these two. It's helping Mertz, hindering Kraus to the inside. He looked on Wetz. Kraus couldn't get it done. Lap and a half to go for Chris Wetz. Can he get the job done at Revolution Racing's home track? Nearly contact with Kraus and Mertz. They're getting very close in the 19 and the 81. Mertz locks it up, trying to get the car to rotate. Wetz runs it wide, nearly contact with Mertz! Wow! White flag in Lakewood. The jokers are over. This is it. 39-6 to a 39-4. The fans are on their feet in Lakewood, and Mertz tries to take the fight. Wetz takes the joker. Mertz slides it! That's it. It's over. Unless something happens to Kraus, that was it. Good win, Phil. Fuck. Lester looped it again. Wetz 3rd, 4th Livingood, 5th Carmichael, 6th Lester. Through the final corner, Philip Kraus commandingly wins in Lakewood, win number 6 for the Canadian.
Blue fucking second gear on the 3rd lap.
23 P3, I think.
No, yeah.
51 P4.
I thought about that.
Who won?
5th Carmichael, 6th Lester. Win number 6 for Philip Kraus in his career as he wins today in Lakewood. That gives him a 10-point lead going into Seattle as we go to Evergreen Speedway for the first time next week. That should be a fun race as well. It's a lot like Milwaukee, a lot like a oval track, road course oval, so it should be very interesting to see. After that, we go to Vancouver. It's getting ever so close to ending this season, and oh my, has it been action-packed. What a race here in Lakewood, Colorado, and we hope you enjoyed today's coverage here on the Automotive Sports Network. Congratulations to Philip Kraus. After race number 100, we have been so glad that you can join us over these last 5 years, and we hope you join us on the next 5-year journey and the next 100 races in NASA RallyCross. We hope to see you next week in Evergreen Speedway in Seattle. But until then, so long, everyone.